When it comes to love and relationships, there are some people who just prefer reason and facts that have been independently confirmed. It's possible that falling in love might be challenging for a Sigma male since they're always trying to find the most logical explanation for everything. When it comes to locating their ideal companion and discovering their soulmate, people frequently have their own preconceived notions and may even be negative about the prospects. They have a tendency to be drawn to things that can be demonstrated or proven, which makes it challenging for them to comprehend what a soulmate is in terms of feelings and romance. It's possible that Sigma has a harder time wrapping his head around the idea of having a soulmate. They are reasonable people who center their attention on facts and issues that can be substantiated by real-world evidence. The idea of someone having a soulmate is typically associated with far more sentimental concepts, such as love and the idea that a person is ideally made. If a Sigma person believes in soulmates, they often see them in a very different light than someone who is more emotionally invested in romantic relationships. According to Sigma, a soulmate is a person who is compatible with you based on the characteristics that they possess. It would most likely indicate that over your lifetime, you may find more than one soulmate and more than one person who is the right fit for you. When Sigma gets to know someone and finds out about the true potential in their relationship, they frequently want to go through a checklist to see how compatible they are with that person. They want to investigate the facts of the situation in order to establish whether or not it is possible for them to keep their relationship going as it is. Even while this may come off as clinical and unromantic to some people, it serves as a signal to the Sigma that they take the other person seriously and are eager to spend the rest of their lives with them. When they make a promise to another person, they take it very seriously and avoid, if at all possible, wasting their time. It may be challenging for Sigma to find a way to reconcile their love and their thinking in situations where they are unable to imagine a future with the other person, but doing so is absolutely necessary. They can and should, without a doubt, apply their knowledge and studies to the situation, but they must also learn when to stop when their heart is telling them to open up and connect with others. They have to pay attention not just to their instincts but also to themselves. Guys in Sigma who have faith in their own instincts will do. It might be difficult for him to wrap his head around the idea that you are meant to be with only one person out of all the people in the world. Those men who are committed to the idea of finding the soulmate will eventually come across an individual who not only pushes them but also inspires them to improve. Someone who is familiar with them and can establish a connection with their spirit in a way that only a select few others can. Even if they may be logical thinkers, this does not mean that they have no faith in romantic love. Simply said, it demonstrates how crucial it is to be sensible. Although it is true that the Sigma male is not always amorous, this is not always the case. In some cases, the Sigma male may be quite sexual. There are those of them who may choose to steer clear of romantic pursuits, but there are also some who have the heart of a genuine romantic gentleman. Simply said, they do not want to invest their time and effort in another person if they do not have real thoughts and intentions for that person. When someone is labeled as romantic, it is not because they are required to be such in order to survive, but rather because they want to be. There are many of them, and many of them have poetic qualities, which means that when someone is pulled to them, it may truly amaze them. A good number of Sigma males are looking for meaningful relationships and want to find someone with whom they can truly talk about their experiences in life. It is not easy for them to find a balance between the romantic half of themselves and the logical side of themselves. They have a strong belief in things that can be proven, and as a result, they will utilize values that are based on the real world to determine who they should be in romantic relationships and how they should go about uncovering their true selves. It is necessary for him to acquire the skill of being more responsive to this. Naturally, the right individual will be able to understand what is beyond those bounds and will be willing to wait patiently for opportunities to present themselves. Nevertheless, this does not indicate that they can continue doing so eternally. In addition to this, Sigma has to be willing to love and find a partner with whom they can truly be themselves. When young people get the impression that someone is special and trustworthy, it is in their best interest to begin breaking down some of those barriers. In spite of the fact that this does not imply that they should rush into things or open up right away, it is extremely important that they give themselves permission to take risks every once in a while. They need to allow themselves the opportunity to find their partner if they truly want to be successful in reaching their goal. The act of opening up is only the first step in the process. When it comes to locating his ideal Sigma need the assistance of someone who is familiar with him on a more profound level. They require a partner that is sensitive to their need for space but who also does not take it personally when they express it. Someone who recognizes their desire for solitude while reassuring them that they are still cherished, even though they do not need to be reminded of this on a regular basis. Because they are not normally mushy or overly emotional, they require a partner who can be patient and comprehend their true intentions. Because of this, it is important that they choose someone who has these traits. That doesn't mean they want to stay trapped, though, because they flourish when they have someone in their lives who encourages new experiences and helps them grow. The boys in Sigma need a friend who can light a fire in all aspects of their being, heart, soul, and mind. Someone who is able to challenge them and assist them in viewing things from a fresh viewpoint while also being exceptionally astute. They desire a partner who can stimulate their minds while also making them feel cared for. A person who assists others in seeing elements of themselves that are different from those that they present to the rest of the world is known as a mirror. They also desire someone who will be loyal to them and remain by their side regardless of the circumstances. Even when it seems impossible, the Sigma's true soulmate will be understanding and supportive, while at the same time providing them with unflinching candor. They require the assistance of someone who is patient and will not persistently suffocate them. They require some time alone in addition to the compassion of a person who is familiar with their circumstances. Although Sigma boys like to keep their distance from their partners, this does not mean that they do not care about or desire to be physically close to their partners. They just need someone who understands why this is important to them. This link will come to be despised by him in time. Their ideal companion is someone who can give them space and time without provoking any strong emotions in them. Someone who can maintain a sense of connection with the individual while yet respecting their need for time alone. They require someone who is aware of how complex their thoughts are and who does not criticize the manner in which they occasionally think outside the box. Someone who is in love with themselves on several levels, including their intellect, their soul, and the numerous facets that make up who they are. The Sigma will be happiest with a partner who can be both affectionate and logical when the situation calls for it. They don't demand a partner who is an exact replica of themselves, but they do value the company of someone who shares at least some of their passions and hobbies. They have the intention of truly sharing who they are with another person, but the act of doing so is difficult for them. The Sigma males require patience, as well as someone who will not consistently misunderstand what they are trying to do. Additionally, he places a premium on honesty. They require the assistance of somebody who is truthful with them and does not hide anything from them in order to shield their feelings. Discovering a person who has a real interest in the Sigma and who accepts them for who they are may be of great benefit to the Sigma. A person who investigates thoroughly as opposed to just on the surface, as well as someone who does not pass judgment on them despite the fact that they appear to be different from the rest of the world. Instead, what they require is the company of someone who recognizes and respects their unique qualities. By the way, don't overlook the opportunity to sign up for the A. This contributes to the expansion of the channel, and it also encourages me to produce further films with a similar format. We appreciate you watching.
Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And do share with your friends so we may continue to create them. To see more videos like this, subscribe and don't forget to turn on the notification bell. Additionally, make sure to check out our other videos. Thank you for watching.